I've been mostly streaming and doing real life stuff and not making a lot of videos, but this I have to fucking weigh in on. Gaming from PC Gamer, politically correct gamer.com. Gaming chairmaker Vertagear apologizes following backlash to sexist tweet. We take full responsibility for the pain that it caused to our members of our community. Da 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 da. Jacob Ridley and Evan Lottie. So, two guys that wrote the article. I'm not familiar with either one of these authors. Raised by a Team Fortress Classic clan, Evan can only communicate using multiplayer FPS jargon. Let's check his Twitter bio. Well, he keeps it real simple, but man, does he look like a male feminist of some kind or whatever. And then let's take a look at Jacob Ridley. I'd like to see who writes these stories since it seems to matter. There is no Silicon Valley where Jacob grew up, but part of his home country is known as the Valleys and whatever. This is stupid. Senior hardware editor. He's got the pronouns. That tells you everything you need to know. All right, so we got a couple activists on PC Gamer, and they've written this article. So, Vertagear makes gamer chairs. Now, the thing about gamer chairs is they're just chairs. They're made mostly in the same design. I'm sitting in what would be considered a gamer chair, although mine is not from one of these branded companies, but rather a big and tall company because I'm 6'5" and kind of need a big chair. So these branded companies, they make the chair. They're all the same. They cost way less to make in China than they charge for them. It's a massive profit endeavor, and it's really more about the brand and streamers showcasing the brand by that logo being behind them. If you notice, there's no logo on mine. If I move out of the way, that's because like right behind your head, they can get it into your face cam nonstop. So they focus a lot on streamers and people doing video game content on YouTube. And so, gaming chair manufacturer Vertagear apologized today after sharing a sexist meme on Twitter. Subjective. Is it sexist? We'll find out. The image, which shows a male streamer's feed primarily focused on the game, and a female streamer's feed primarily focused on the streamer, advances the sexist narrative that women who stream games are doing so only to earn attention and not because they're interested in the games they play. The message was removed after quickly drawing criticism as misogynistic. Okay, so this, of course they have a quote tweet. They can't just, show the actual tweet. They have to quote tweet it. So, not even, it's a screenshot. So this is this accurate? Laughing face emojis, and it says male, and this guy's game is the primary focus, and here's a little bitty him. Female, she's here, and this is the little bitty game. Is that accurate? I mean, if I go on to Twitch right now, yes, that's accurate. And as a matter of fact, a lot of female streamers aren't even going to have the game at all. They're going to be doing hot tub streams, they're doing the meta, they're chatting with their audience and just taking donations and reading them. This is what a lot of the majority, in fact, of female streamers on Twitch do. You can say that it's not right to point out a fact, but it's a fact. Okay? There are female streamers that really enjoy certain games or whatever. They are not the majority. They're just not. I'm sorry to tell you, PC Gamer. It's just not. Is it sexist to point out a fact? Yes. In 2021, it is in fact sexist to point out a fact. This is a quote. Discrimination and bias are the opposite of what we want to create, Vertagear says. Yeah, because this wasn't discrimination. It was a joke, first of all. First and foremost. That's why I'm going to defend it to the fucking death. It's a joke, dude. If you get super mad about that, I don't know what to tell you. But of course, they do because they're perpetually angry, perpetually offended by everything they fucking see. But I have a couple stats that kind of back up what I'm saying. We'll get to that. And they completely jeopardize the values we stand for. I don't think so. Unfortunately, we were well, I guess the values that Vertagear stands for is making cheap chairs in China and selling them to dumb bimbos who wear low-cut shirts and lean over into the camera on Twitch. So yeah, it does go against what they stand for. I guess they are correct. I was assuming that maybe that wasn't it. We take full responsibility for the pain that it has caused to our members of our community. We will make things right and set ourselves as a better example for others. The tweet followed other recent offensive messages about women, which still remain on the company's Twitter account at the time of publication. A similar meme posted on June 28th portrays women and men's attitudes to gaming as different, with the caption, "Has a gamer PC, only uses it as face for Facebook beside the image of a woman." Yeah, so here's that tweet. Has old PC, uses it for gaming, dreams for a gamer PC. And it's the Nickbeard guy, right? It's the Milady guy, with the fedora, and he's using this old, I think that's like a fucking IBM from the 80s PC, and he's dreaming of a gamer PC. And then it's a picture of a dumb-looking chick, has a gamer PC, uses it only for Facebook. Now, she's clearly not just a chick, but she's dumb, right? She's like a dumb person. That's kind of the joke. But this guy's serious about gaming, and he only has this old gaming PC, and then this person, it's basically about being grateful for what you have, kind of fucking, it's a joke. Fuck off. So, a new guideline and further measures have been put into place to provide offensive tweets, blah, blah, blah. The apology from the company falls short of outrightly decrying sexist behavior against women in gaming, however. Okay, so see, this is where it is. Like, they want to pretend like they're not activists, right? But then things like this, they're calling for more. They're calling for another pound of flesh out of this fucking company. They don't think it's good enough, subjectively, from their opinion. It was offensive, subjectively, from their opinion to begin with. This is not journalism. This is activism. Just always remember that. Already a common issue online. Citation needed. Notice there is no hyperlink here. Common issue online. What common issue? You would expect gaming companies to steer clear of such inappropriate imagery. How is it inappropriate? Who's it inappropriate to? How is it inappropriate? Is it inappropriate because you don't like it? Well, then it's appropriate. It's just not something you like. You would expect gaming companies to steer clear, and the much larger, dangerous, and inaccurate concepts they present. So how inaccurate is this? That women don't play games? Well, they'll cite, they'll always cite this, 48%. It's between 38 and 48% of women are gamers, bro. Women are gamers. Oh, man. Women play video games, guys. Did you know this? Except that doesn't tell the whole fucking story, does it? Because by that metric, my wife's a gamer, and guess what she plays? Mobile games and The Sims. Hardcore fucking gamer, isn't she? She wouldn't say so. But if she were to answer these surveys correctly, well, yeah, she plays social games, and she plays puzzle games, and she plays The Sims, which is like a, virtual dollhouse game. She plays games that are creatively based, and rather than competitive. She shies away from anything even remotely competitive. And she's not alone. All of her friends, all of them. So that's what I've always seen in my life is women will play creative games or social games. And then as mobile gaming and Facebook gaming first started, you would see more women playing these games, but they weren't particularly gamers. It was just, oh yes, Farmville is on Facebook now. It's convenient, and I can use it as a mechanism to socialize with other people on Facebook. And so that's the anecdotal. What does the stats say? Well, you're looking right at it. Where do women play games? 69% match 3 in family farm sims. 69% of all women who play games. Casual puzzle games, 42%. Atmospheric exploration, that would be walking simulators, more or less, 41%. Interactive drama, that would be visual novels, right? Manga that you click through, 37%. MMOs, high fantasy, 36%. That seems to correlate. I might even say it's a little more than 36%, or a little more than 36% of MMO players are female, probably like 40. It's very common to run into women in MMOs. Japanese RPGs, 33%. Western RPGs, 26%. Survival roguelikes, 25%. Platformers, 25%. You'd think platformers would be a lot higher. Action RPGs, 20%. Where is first-person shooters, 7%. MOBA, 10%. Grand strategy, 7%. MMO sci-fi, 16%. But notice, MOBA, first-person shooter, tactical shooter, sports, and racing. These are your competitive games. And they're absolutely at the bottom of the list. Tactical shooter and sports game players are least likely to be female. Tactical shooters being your competitive games. Being the games that are streamed a lot. What's the top streamed games on Twitch? League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Valorant, Dota. What does that tell you? Apex Legends? So the women who are streaming those games are streaming in a very saturated genre by highly competitive men. And when you know, way to stand out is to focus on yourself and your looks, and rather than the game. How many women are in the actual top percentile of competitive gamers in terms of skill? Not very many. Not very many at all. They've done the all-women teams thing, and every time they did it famously in League of Legends, and they got absolutely blown the fuck out, because the only reason they put together this team was because that they were women. It wasn't because they had qualified with all the other teams and that they were highly skilled individuals. They were like, hey, let's get a team of women together as a gimmick, as a novelty. And they didn't do really well. Now, there are women that will break that glass ceiling in gaming, I'm sure. There's no physical reason, I think, why women cannot compete on a firm footing with men in video games. However, there could be a reason why they don't. I think the reason why they don't is right here. It's because they're not playing those fucking games. What are they playing? They're playing The Sims, and they're playing fucking Candy Crush. Okay? That's what. So when you hear 48% of gamers are women, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. Candy Crush doesn't fucking count. It's certainly not. They're not streaming Candy Crush. Okay? They're not. They're not streaming Candy Crush. If there are, they're getting paid to do it. And I guarantee that the bigger section of their screen, like the meme shows, is going to be them. Not the game. And it's fine. It's fine. I actually, I kind of understand why women like creative rather than competitive games. It makes perfect sense to me. It's more often than not, women are kind of wired that way. That's always exceptions to fucking everything. But more often than not, women are nesters, they're creators, and they're not as interested in highly competitive things. And the reason a lot of them play MMOs in general, like I pointed out, a lot of them will do it for collecting, the pretty ponies that I've mentioned before, or transmog in World of Warcraft, glamour in Final Fantasy, whatever you want to call it, fashion. But collecting nice, pretty gear to wear to make an outfit, things of that nature, and to socialize with people. directly with emotes and role-playing situations. They're not necessarily playing to be top-rated PvP teams. I'm sure there are some women that are top-rated PvP teams, but the bulk of them aren't. So how untrue is it, PC Gamer? How untrue is inaccurate concept? How inaccurate is it? I cited some evidence. I'd like to see you. These events sadly act as another reminder that offensive, rightfully outdated concepts of gaming as a woman are not only still in the general gaming consciousness, but seen by some as an opportunity to earn likes and shares. It's a joke, dude. They put a joke on fucking Twitter. And you can't do that. Don't put jokes on Twitter, guys. Like, if you put jokes on Twitter, you're fucked. If you put a joke on Twitter, your company should go bankrupt. You should lose your job. Your bank account should be fucking closed on you. You should never be able to work again. You should be put in fucking prison. Putting jokes on Twitter. How fucking dare you? You disgusting piece of shit. Putting a joke on Twitter. Welcome to the fucking world we live in. Either Vertagear doesn't understand its role in propagating these ideas with low effort, unassuming memes, or didn't care until it got caught. Yeah, no, they didn't care until you freaked out like a fucking lunatic. Like somebody with like literal mental health issues. Just to be clear, I'm not saying lunatic in the vernacular to demean people. Like, I think that you might have mental health issues because you're so obsessed with low, as you even say, low effort memes by a Chinese company that makes fucking chairs. What is wrong with you? Like, get help, dude. Like, imagine being this angry over it. I'm not angry over this. I'm actually having a good time debunking it and making fun of it. I don't think that PC gamers should have their company shut down, or they should apologize or anything like that. I think that they've become what they are. Unfortunately, if you're in the PC space, they're one of the few news outlets you could even look at. I would love for somebody to make a news outlet for PC gaming that isn't PC Gamer. As much as I loved them back in the day, used to subscribe to the magazine since I was a fucking child, what they've become now is an absolute, utter, disgusting joke. And they're just wrong. They're pushing their narrative. Their narrative is based on lies and half-truths. And they're just yelling into the ether. This Chinese fucking chair company is like, because they think that, okay, so some guy at an American marketing firm on behalf of a Chinese chair company is going to back down and apologize and blah, 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 blah. But the Chinese chair company doesn't give a fuck. That's the thing. China's not woke. Guess what? SJWs, China's not woke. China doesn't care about your wokeness. China hates black people. China enslaves Uyghurs. And you bow at their altar every fucking day. And you talk about communism and how great it is and socialism, or you ingrain those concepts into what you're talking about all the time. But the fact of the matter is that the biggest communist country to ever exist hates everything you stand for and made most of it up in an attempt to destabilize Western countries. And that it's meaningless gibberish and they know it and they're laughing at you for latching onto it. But you keep fighting the power, man. Good luck to you.